Couple clear on Mamselle Padrille. Hot Nights, Au Pair Girl and May to September. But Voracative, she grows another leg when there's any sort of rain around, and she's in no danger. Hot Night second, then Mamselle Padrille, but a big win to the heavily backed Voracative. Second home, Hot Nights, and third, Mamselle Padrille from Eccentricity. Au Pair Girl, May to September, Jameen Star, Hula Guest, Al Hassner, Miss Rhiannon, and last in was Palm Beach Babe.
Super Tab 4 Voracative to return 190, the win 85, the place number 11 Hot Nights at 380, and 1 Mamselle Padrille 115.
Of B York first, number 11 will be second to Hot Nights, written by A Kennedy, 690. Number 1 Mamselle Padrille, written by Glenn Bosch, third, to pay $2.30. She's by Bletchingley from True Verdict. Voracative, a Bay filly, 3. Raced by Mr. and Mrs. R.T. Gilbert. Trained by Bruce McLaughlin from Thornhill Park in Queensland. And ridden by Brian York. 11, second to Hot Nights, is by Celestial Dancer from Flirting Glance. Bob Thompson, Aaron Kennedy. And 1/3. And a good effort under the 57.5. Mamselle Padrille by Zophany from Sister Padrille. Ron Quinton, Glenn Boss. Number 3, 4th, Eccentricity. Number 8, officially 5th, Au Pair Girl. 1:12.2 the time. 1:12.2. Gay Galaxy holds the race record, 19.8. And the last 600 metres we'll have shortly. But Voracative, very well backed here this afternoon because of her ability to handle rain-affected ground, and she hasn't let her supporters down. Winning by 1 3/4 lengths, the same between second and third. 1 3/4 each way, 1:12.2, and the last 600 we'll have shortly. Brian York coming back on Voracative, of course, was the leading rider for the Bruce McLaughlin stable. Of course, came across from New Zealand and rode for Bruce very successfully, then had the offer to go to Hong Kong. Went up there and rode for John Moore. Things didn't work out the way Brian would have hoped, and back to Queensland he came. Now here's the sectional time, thanks Tony, 36.74 for the last 600. 36.74. Race number 6 is the BMW Adrian Knox, 2,000 metres. We put Brian York on number 8, Staying Alive, and the reserve 17 and 18 are not required. Standing by for more on the Sydney scene, Big Brick.
$172.15 on the 6th at Caulfield. Set Sydney.
Ready to race in the BMW Adrian Knox. They're off this time. And one of the best to begin, actually, Al Schmoose from the inside. Circles of Gold out well, as was Safe Hit Money Thinks, and Salzburg is whipping over looking for the lead. And Joie Denise trying to find a posse, followed by Magnetic Bell. But Circling Salzburg goes to the front, about 3/4 to a length now on Circles of Gold and Live It Up. Joie Denise can't get in from Al Schmoose, Safe Hit Money Thinks and Lament. Then Magnetic Bell and Moonshine, followed by Staying Alive, Street Theatre, Devil's Gold, Charmed Life. Centane's Gift travelling roughly second last, and last is Rain in Spain. Along past the 1500, Live It Up goes to the lead now, and to the 14 it's Live It Up, 2 lengths Salzburg, Joie Denise third around Circles of Gold. Then Lament on the inside is Safe Hit, followed by Money Things, Al Schmoose. Over on the inside is Staying Alive, a little over a length into the heavily backed Moonshine. Passed by Charmed Life, Street Theatre wider out from Magnetic Bell. Good margin Centane's Gift, and then Rain in Spain. And Devil's Gold had dropped out to last, leaving the back straight and going to the side. Past the 1,000 metres and Live It Up, attacked for the lead by Lament, who hits the front. Third, Joie Denise, followed by Salzburg. A break then to Money Thinks and a Safe Hit just on a length to Al Schmoose and Staying Alive. Circles of Gold is over on the inside. A length further away, Street Theatre, Charmed Life, followed by the Kiwi, and that's Moonshine. A length, Centane's Gift, Magnetic Bell, Rain in Spain, and 2 lengths further back, Devil's Gold. At the 600 metres, this is an exciting Adrian Knox. And Salzburg on the inside again, joining Lament, and Live It Up, making a line of 3. Safe Hit 4 wide, and 5 out as Money Things, followed by Staying Alive, looking for the gap. Likewise, Al Schmoose and Joie Denise, and a length further away is Street Theatre, and Moonshine is next as they straighten up. At the 300 metres, a charge of horses again, Live It Up. Just leads Circles of Gold, gets the split with Staying Alive. Street Theatre, and then Money Thinks, but Circles of Gold. Circles of Gold closest to the inside in front from Staying Alive, and then Street Theatre, Circles of Gold still in front. On the outside, Staying Alive won't reach her, and Circles of Gold has beaten Staying Alive. Third, Lament, then Street Theatre, Live It Up, Joie Denise, Al Schmoose, Charmed Life, Money Thinks, Devil's Gold, Magnetic Bell, Safe Hit, Centane's Gift, then Salzburg, who dropped right out of it, followed by Moonshine. Well, the big plonks come unstuck, and Rain in Spain was last.
Number 5 on the Super Tab, Circles of Gold, to pay $5.90 and $1.85. Number 8, Staying Alive, $2. Go again, $1.05 for the place. And number 2, Lament at $1.45.
Strike it dark out here, Rodney. Number 5, Circles of Gold, written by Patrick Payne, has scored. Number 5 has paid $11 upwards, $11.60 in fact, $11.60 and $3.60. Number 8 will be second, Staying Alive, and the dividend $2.20. And number 2 will be third, Lament, and the dividend will be $2.90. 582 now Semaphord. And the winner, Circles of Gold, is trained by Brian Smith at Warwick Farm for FBJ Tag, F Madiri, G.J. Moffat, J. Johns and W. Lamb. The McDonald's group, or part thereof, a lot of the McDonald's franchisees, race horses with Brian Smith's stables at Warwick Farm, Eclipse Lodge, by Masqué from Olympic Aim, a Chestnut Filly 3, and the chances of that certainly enhanced when the rain fell and the track deteriorated to slow. Staying Alive second by Sovereign Red from Candlelight, trained by John Morris, written by Brian York. And a number 2, Lament third, a grey filly by Mighty Avalanche from Murmurs, John Hawkes, Larry Cassidy. Well, Moonshine did nothing over the last 200 metres, came into 6.90 on the tote. Fourth went to number 9, and that was Street Theatre, and number 3, and that was Live It Up, officially fifth. The margins are 3/4, 3.5, 3/4, 3.5, and the time was 2:7.79. 2:7.79. The record is 2:2.8. Stood since 1975. La Grisette, and 36.74 was the last 600 metres. That's the 6th of the day. The BMW Doncaster is race 7. Grant Cooksley on 1, Calm Harbour. Scratch 4, Hariba, 5 Star Dancer, 23 Mind Blast, 24 Perfect World. Shane Moses on 21 Napoli Star. It'd be a big thrill for young Shane going around in a Doncaster. And likewise Mark Newnham, who'll ride 22 LA Glen. Standing by for more from Sydney as we go to Rod to update race 6 at...
Okay, that's race 6 in Brisbane. Let's update that. Next in Sydney is the Doncaster, due at 4:30. Let's try for this market. Number 1, Calm Harbour, 12 and 4.72. All Our Mob, 12 and 4.10. 3 Pharaoh, 11 and 3.70. 4 and 5 out. 6 Telesto, 19 6.30. 7 Snap is the favourite, 4.21.80. 8 Brave Warrior, 6.80 and 3.20. 9 Navy Seal, 31 and 7.40. 10 Aragen, 14 4.70. 11 Arborea, 24 7.90. 12 Bowral, 38 and 11. 13 Danarani, 32 and 10. 14 is Mr. Mac and Wee, showing 25 and 7. Number
to go.
15. My Diamond Rouge at 93.26. 16 Light Up the World, 21.680. 17 Auntie Mary, 17.390. 18 Pride of Rancho, 65.14 off Melbourne.
Jumped away in a reasonable line. One of the first out on the outside pug wall. The favourite's gone away with them. Just Awesome, Diamond Tipped and Tennessee Magic going fast. And over on the inside, Stamatina settling down now. And Stamatina's gone up on the inside now with Tennessee Magic. They are the leaders now from further out front. Rank and wider out pug wall. Diamond Tipped is back running fourth. Outside of Just Awesome, followed by Sphera, well back in the race then. Over on the inside, Daring Ombre from Mr. Elegant, then Poacher Star. Further back then came Parketry and Mr. Untouchable. Up to the turn, Stamatina the leader. Tribute has gone up about fourth behind those when they turn. Stamatina, Diamond Tip coming at it. Further out, Just Awesome, followed by Daring Ombre getting out. Diamond Tip the leader at the 200. Just Awesome pegging it back quickly. Then Daring Ombre from Sphera. Just Awesome has ranged up to Diamond Tip with about 80 metres to go. First up, Just Awesome comes away from Diamond Tipped and Daring Ombre, and Just Awesome wins a length and 3/4. Very tight for second, Diamond Tipped or Daring Ombre, nothing in it. Fourth home out wide, Mr. Elegant from Poacher Star. Front rank and further back Sphera. Parketry picked up a few from Pug Wall, and then Mr. Untouchable. Tennessee Magic dropped right out back there with a Tribute, and Stamatina near the tail.
Winner number 4, Just Awesome, 2.90, 1.70, 5 Diamond Tip, 2.50, 3 Daring Ombre, $1.80.
Before Just Awesome.
Number 8 is third, Port Perth, 148 the numbers.
About fifth in the run. Got the upper hand from Diamond Tipped, who hit the front when they turned. And it's come on to win here, Just Awesome first up. Rodney Griffiths gives Rod a double.
To pay 170 and 90 on the Super Tab. 5 Diamond Tipped in there for the photo for second, 120, or 3 Daring Ombre to return $1. This is Triple S, the Good Sports, finishing off that market on race number 7 at Ramwick with Correct Weight Canberra. Correct Weight Canberra. Okay, Sydney we're up to 17, Auntie Mary at 4.50. One not was at 4.50 as we go to Ian for the Doncaster in Sydney, race 7 on the Triple S Racing and Sporting Service.
Danarani moving up. Mr. Marconi, Larry Cassidy aboard. Larry winning the Derby on Ivory's Irish. And Mr. Marconi moves in. And the Doncaster will be run in rain for 1995. Quite heavy rain, in fact. Pride of Rancho on the inside here. Starter on his stand has the button. Presses same, and they're off in the Doncaster immediately. Telesto back to last. Light Up the World didn't jump all that well, and the same for Brave Warrior and Pimpala's Son. And Barrel dispute the early lead. Snappers right up there, and the same for All Our Mob. Mr. Marconi whizzing over from his wide alley, then LA Glen and My Diamond Rouge, Calm Harbour. Pride of Rancho and Origin and Danarani wide out, a length and a half then to Brave Warrior. Followed closely by Mapoli Star, Light Up the World and Waikikamuka. About a length and a quarter to Auntie Mary, then a gap to Navy Seal and Arborea and Telesto's last of all. They go round the first corner, 9.50 to travel, and Barrel is the leader. A half length clear on Pimpala Son, a length away third is Mr. Marconi, followed by Snap. A length into LA Glen, parked inside of Pharaoh. 2.5 to All Our Mob wide out. Origin in the middle, Pride of Rancho on the inside, and 2.5 further back, My Diamond Rouge. Then Calm Harbour and Brave Warrior, Light Up the World, Danarani, Mapoli Star, followed by Auntie Mary, a length Waikikamuko, Arborea. 2 lengths further back in the field is Telesto and Navy Seal last in the BMW Doncaster. They're homeward bound at the 500 metres, and Barrel and Pimpala Son make play a length on Snap, followed by Mr. Marconi. Behind those next LA Glen, wider out Pharaoh joining in, and 2 lengths then coming Origin. They race over the rise down to the 250, and Pharaoh, last year's winner, Pharaoh hits the front and he zoomed away. Pharaoh, Group 1 Gavin, trained by Gay Waterhouse. Second posse from a mile back, Auntie Mary, but it's Gav, Gay and Pharaoh back-to-back Doncasters. Pharaoh beat Auntie Mary. Brave Warrior probably third from Origin, Telesto, Mr. Marconi, Barrel. Danarani followed home then by Pride of Rancho, Mapoli Star. My Diamond Rouge, Pimpala Son, LA Glen. Then Light Up the World, Snap dropped right out with Calm Harbour, All Our Mob, Waikikamuka, and the last couple, Navy Seal and Arborea.
Double 66.60.
3 Pharaoh, Super Tab, $4.90, the win $1.70, the place. Number 17 for second, Auntie Mary to return $2.70, and number 8, Brave Warrior, place dividend $1.35.
80 and $3.10. Gavin, Gay and Pharaoh, eh? What a trifecta. Group 1 Gav. Pharaoh, 880 and 310. Second placing will go to number 17, and that's Auntie Mary. And her dividend on the New South Wales tote is $5.30. And number 8 prominent for third, and that is Brave Warrior. And there it goes now. Brave Warrior, number 8 third, has paid $3.40, the official fourth. Went to number 10, Origin. Number 6, Telesto, was officially fifth. Well, Pharaoh, one of 3 runners saddled up by Gay Waterhouse. All Our Mob and Light Up the World, the other 2. And, of course, Gay's dad, Tommy, had Barrel in the race. But Pharaoh, his chances were improved when the rain came. A brown gelding 7 by Sackford from Chateau Leica, owned by P. Kampfner, L.I. Smith and Miss S. Innes, Gavin Eads, and continues the trend of horses to win back-to-back Doncaster handicaps. It was done by Mildura in 1940-41, by Blue Legend in 46-47. Where's Gavin? Who will ever forget the after-race scenes 12 months ago with Gay? Oh, look at Gay down there. She's dressed up in a red pantsuit, white hat. There she goes across to the walkway, the race, to welcome back her horse. And here's Gavin trotting back with Jock Galogally, who's riding one of the all-time greats, Ming Dynasty. He's a showman, this Gavin Eads. He's punching his arm and fist to the crowd and pointing to the horse. At one stage, I'll tell you a little story. How are we going with other races, Rod? Have we got anything screaming down our neck now?
And on that previous Adelaide, D'Urberlong's been declared a non-runner. Stewards have stated that he was denied a fair start.
Okay. I was talking to Gavin in the car park after the races at Canterbury last Wednesday week. He said, I won't be riding Pharaoh. He said, I've lost the ride. I said, oh, gee, that's bad luck, mate. But it's history now. He's back on it. And
he wasn't pulling your leg, was he?
He was fair dinkum. He'd been involved in a protest earlier in the day when he protested against one of Gay Waterhouse's horses. That it was a protest that deserved to be thrown out very quickly, and Gay accused Gavin of overacting in the stewards' room.
I remember that.
Yeah. Anyway, here they are. Time's a great healer, and Gay and Gav do it again, by gee, and the scenes are quite emotional here at Royal Randwick. Now, the Quinella has paid $86, the Exacta $164.90, the Trifecta's paid $2,089.30, 66.60 daily double, and I'll have the. Do you get the margins right out? Thanks, mate. 3/4 by 1 3/4. 3/4, 1 3/4. The time was 1:38.07. 1:38.07. The first 600 or first 800 49.3. The last 600 took 36.52. Yeah, horses that have been able to win these back-to-back, quite a few. Mildura 40.41, Blue Legend 46.47, Slogan, Jack Thompson in 1956-57, Tudor Hill, Sammy Howard 59.60, and then we go down, well, we've got to come down as a quick check here to Pharaoh. Now, what's happened down here? Oh, it's Gavin running to the scale again.
Not running, jumping.
Jumping to the scale. He's a showman if ever I saw one, but a brilliant rider. OK, Rod, let's take interstate news first. Brisbane coming up.
All right, Ray.
OK, let's have a look.